Covered on location outside of Jerusalem. And I'm very pleased now to be joined by a very interesting woman, Dr. Shula Laderman of the Schechter Institute. Hello and Chag Sameach to you.
Hello, Emily. Chag Sameach.
So I know you are so passionate and proud of all of your work over many years. In fact, you're still even working, even your own retirement. Your background, in art history and specifically Jewish art. Explain from your perspective, first of all, why Sukkot and the architecture and the Sukkah itself is such a piece of art that sometimes we don't take a step back and realize that it is.
Okay, Sukkot is architecture actually, because we are told to build something outside the house, meaning at the time when people just gathered all their crops and everything, they are told to go out, to leave their house and to be outside under the skies and everything, and be grateful for the things they got. Mm-hmm. So I was asked to write a chapter in a book on Jewish architecture, and it was specifically on the Sukkot. What is the architecture of Sukkot? Basically, all the specification are not really architectural specification. We are told that we are supposed to be outside and we have to have 4 walls, at least 3 walls, and a schach, meaning a covering on top that you can see the stars from. So you move in, some people sleep in the sukkah, they really live in the sukkah. But as it says in the book of Leviticus, you're supposed to, on chapter 23, verse 43, it says you should do that so that you teach your children how we lived when we came out of Egypt.
Wow.
They have to experience it. And this is really didactic. And they should be outside and remember what was. Now, the remembrance is very important because the content is full of meaning. And the idea is that you eat there, you welcome guests, you bless every time, you do all the things outside. So we really don't have specification, like how tall it will be. The rabbis over time interpreted what was in the Bible, mm-hmm. and made all the specification. Now, artistically, the first time I could see what Sukkah looked like was in the Middle Ages, when they had machzorim. Machzorim are books of prayers and poetry.
Shula, also tell us about this event, the Sukkah City in New York's Union Square. Yes, it was 2010, but it's very, very interestingly significant for the times that we're in now. Explain.
Okay, the Sukkah City sent out a manifesto about the Sukkah. They said this competition described the Sukkah in our contemporary terms. The Sukkah is a means of ceremonially practicing homelessness, while at the same time remaining deeply rooted. It calls on us to acknowledge the changing of the seasons, to reconnect with the agricultural past, and to take a moment to dwell on and dwell in impermanence.
Shula, 600 people replied to this call, architects from all walks of life, ethnicities, religions. But there's one that really struck you because, again, Sukkot is about being homeless. So how do they creatively help the homeless by building Sukkot from their cardboard homes?
These 2 architects went around New York and bought the cardboards that homeless people slept on. And they used those to make the Sukkah. And it was not, it was designed in such a way that it spoke about the whole manifesto of being ceremoniously helpless, but yet being able to continue living. And the idea of the temporary of Sukkot and the temporality of being homeless. So at the end, when they won, they got the money of the prize and gave it to the homeless.
Wow, beautiful.
So
we should all do that all the time. Dr. Shula Laderman, thank you so much for your passion and continued great work and dedication to art.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you very much.